Welcome to today's deep dive. You know, if you look at a house's blueprint, it shows you the structure, right? But it doesn't build the house for you.
Right, and it definitely doesn't tell you what it feels like to actually live there.
Exactly. So today we are taking a really famous historical text that a lot of people treat like cold, rigid lines on a page, and we're talking about how to actually move in.
Yeah, it's a great analogy.
We're looking at Pastor Herzog Hong's July 15th devotional, which takes John MacArthur's pretty heavy theological insights into Matthew 6, which you probably know as the Lord's Prayer, and distills them into a practical, everyday toolkit.
So instead of just viewing this text as like an inflexible script you just recite, we're exploring it as a concise guide for prioritizing your life and shaping your character.
Right, and you can see that structural genius right out of the gate.
Oh, absolutely. Even though it's incredibly brief, Pastor Hong points out this very specific 3+3 design in the text.
Right. The first three petitions are entirely focused on God's glory. So that's His name, His kingdom, and His will.
Right. And then only after that foundation is laid, the next three shift to human needs, daily bread, forgiveness, and protection from temptation.
Which creates a deliberate hierarchy of focus, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're establishing the ultimate reality first before you bring your daily earthly struggles to the table.
You know, looking at that structure, it actually mirrors the 10 Commandments.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right, because with the Commandments, the first 4 rules govern your relationship with God, and then the remaining ones dictate how you interact with other humans.
Yeah, it's a very similar pattern.
So if it mirrors that ancient law so closely, was Jesus essentially giving his disciples a pocket-sized conversational version of the ancient law?
He was, yeah. But he was also triggering a profound relational shift at the same time. Jesus takes this heavy legal framework of the ancient law and transforms it into something deeply intimate.
Intimate how?
Well, he changes the image of the divine from a distant thundering lawgiver into Abba, which translates to a close personal father.
Oh, wow. So it's the difference between standing before a judge and, I guess, sitting at the kitchen table with a parent.
Exactly. Yeah. And because it's a kitchen table dynamic, the rules of when and where you communicate completely change.
Right, because Jesus, and actually later the Apostle Paul in letters like 1 Timothy and Ephesians, they deliberately left out any strict schedules or locations for this.
Yeah, they did. Prayer was meant for meals, traveling, moments of sudden danger. It totally breaks the boundaries of time and space.
Right.
It was designed to be an unceasing, open line of communication in literally any environment.
Wait, I have to stop you there. Because if this communication is supposed to be unceasing, for a busy person today, I mean, if you're trying to manage a career and a family, a non-stop mental monologue just sounds draining.
It totally would be, yeah, if it were just mindless repetition. But Pastor Hugh explicitly warns against that. He says, don't treat it like a student nervously reciting a youth handbook just to get the words right.
Okay, so it's not about reciting lines.
Not at all. That is not the goal. Think about the mechanics of how this actually shapes your character. When you swap out a thundering lawgiver for an Abba Father, it fundamentally rewires how you process stress.
Because you aren't endlessly repeating words to appease a judge, right?
Exactly. You are carrying an internal posture of trust. It's an open, continuous lifestyle of communication.
So it's less about the exact vocabulary and more about changing your default mental state.
That posture is the whole point. The goal is for the values of the prayer to become ingrained in your actual character.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. If you genuinely believe you're sitting at the table with a parent who already knows and cares about your daily bread, the psychological burden of securing your own survival just drops.
Oh, so you stop operating from a place of scarcity and panic.
Exactly. You don't have to constantly recite the words if the priorities of the prayer, seeking that bigger kingdom, trusting for your daily needs, are just how you naturally operate.
Wow. So ultimately, this deep dive reveals a tool that's really designed to elevate our perspective.
It really does. It's a reminder that God's kingdom is vastly larger than any local church, and His will surpasses whatever human laws we build for ourselves.
Right. It takes faith out of designated holy buildings and drops it right into the reality of your daily life.
Yeah, and it's just the heavy burden of providing everything off your shoulders and onto a Father who already has your daily needs covered.
Which really brings us back to our blueprint analogy. So I want to leave you with this thought today. If you actually moved into the house, like if this prayer truly shifted the anxiety of your daily needs over to an Abba Father who already has them covered, How would your daily interactions change today if your only real jobs were just to forgive others and avoid temptation?